Hello my friends, and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my procedurally generated super mega bio Minecraft server. I'm over here at Mount Mushmore building my mushroom, and I went and got some supplies for that. I needed some bone meal, so I went to the bone farm and got some bones. So we'll be growing a whole bunch more of these red mushroom caps today to finish up the top lid. And I brought a bunch of glowstone dust because I wanted to light the place up, and I didn't want to do it with torches because, you know, I guess I could, but I don't think it'll look very good. So I'm going to put some glowstone down and around the outside where mobs have been spawning lately. Oh, I tried to jump, but I missed the jump. Oh, let's eat my potato. All right. So, mobs have been spawning lately. I should have enough arrows. And I need to make that not happen because, look, it's awfully dark down here, right? But it shouldn't be that dark. I see, like, where did this guy come from? I think they're spawning at night and then, you know, climbing up here underneath the mushroom cap. Maybe? I'm not sure. Is that something that can happen? It sounds like it could. Like they would spawn at night, wherever, and then the daylight would come, but the mushroom cap would still be providing them shade. So they'd always be there, you know, even if it was well lit up, I guess, wouldn't they? But I, as you can see, should light it up more. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I wanted to get him away from him. So yeah, it should be lit up just a little bit more than this. And you again, and you again, and right there would have been just fine for me, but... Oh, come on! Don't set me on fire. There we go. So I gotta put all these lights in. And I need to farm some more mushrooms. So, let me show you... Let me see now that I've cleared that out. Like, this is dark. This is pretty dark down here, too. And that is because of my mushroom cap. So, I would say, like, right here, dig out this guy and put in a light source. Bam. Okay. Ugh. How dark is that now under there? Okay. So, I'm going to need a couple of these. And, yeah, oh, boy. That looks pretty bad. But I can come back with gray carpet later and kind of cover it up. Or... Oh, I couldn't put snow, but I could put white carpet down and it would look like snow, right? Huh? Bet you didn't think of that. Okay, so we'll put one there, and I think over here would probably be a good spot. And if I dig this up, I can then put down that mycelium over here. Actually, let me go ahead and move that like this so I can do that along the way. That's actually a pretty good idea. So bam, there you go. And, you know, it's starting to add a little light down around the bottom section, which is where it's going to need to be because of, oh boy, because of all the mushroom caps. Now let me look at this. It looks a little straight lined here, but it still has that curve on it, and I can go back later and kind of clean that up a little bit. So I'm not too concerned about that. Where was I going to put this one? Right here, I guess. Oh, no, right. Oh man, right here. Bam. But then it'd be difficult to cover up. Oh well. I'm going to keep going around Mount Mushmore here and continue to put down these lights, and then I'm going to gather up some more mushroom caps, the red polka dotty ones, and get back to work on top of the mushroom. Alright, so let me go do that, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, friends. I'm here clearing out the last of the mushroom caps I think I'm going to need. It's pretty simple. You just put down a little mushroom, you give it a little dust, and up pops a guy like that. You know, easy peasy. And then you tear it all down, and you repeat the process. And sometimes, you might put it down and be like, all right, 1, 2, 3. Hey, what's going on here? What's going on? Well, before you go through a whole pile, make sure you look up to make sure that you got all the blocks. Sometimes they'll turn invisible, and you won't see them, but then you just go through this. Oh man, that should be enough. I think that should be enough. Let me go ahead and clear this real fast. I went around the entire edge of the mushroom cap and put in some lighting. Caused me to lose a little bit of snow, however, so that's kind of problematic. But not a whole lot. And so what I ended up doing was pushing the light source farther back into crevices and such, and so that way it was a little bit further away so it wouldn't melt quite extensively. But as you can see, we're always going to have a problem with mobs in some sort, because I don't know how he got out from underneath the mushroom cap there. He has the high ground. He has the advantage on me. This is going to be problematic. Boom. All right. Oh. Use the hop technique. Got you, son. All right. So we're always going to have mobs of some sort coming around here and doing this sort of stuff. Excuse me while I reposition that. So all we can really do is kind of inhibit it slightly by putting lights there so that they won't spawn her here during the day. You know, as best we can. But they'll spawn out over on top of those surfaces, and this side's a little tight, but they'll spawn on the back and possibly walk up under the mushroom cap lid, and then as daylight approaches, they won't burn up or be destroyed. They'll just kind of hang out there in the shadow. So, you know, that's what that is. No big deal, though. We'll just work with that. Did I walk right over it? There you go. There we go. All right, so I've got all of these mushrooms in my bag. Nom 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 nom. And all of these mushrooms up here. I don't need the bone meal anymore. Let's put that away. Let's put a lot of this stuff away. I won't need that. I think that'll do. Yeah. And then let's just get a whole bunch of mushrooms, because we are going to do our absolute best to fill in the last of the mushroom cap. Right? And actually, I'm going to leave space for this guy. Oh, I guess I can bring him down there. And I didn't want to use dirt. I wanted to use cobble because tools. All right. Up we go. Also, up here in this little hooded section itself, I presently have torches. I'm thinking about creating like a half slab kind of decking thing on this layer. Right? So it would come out to there. But then that would mean I would have to put some type of lighting down here also. Right? Or half slab all of that down there. Well, because spiders. Oh, no. No, they can't. Or, yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. Spiders. Or can they? I'll have to double check my mechanics. Anyways, the reason I was talking about having a platform across here is so that I could punch out like little sections. I'm not going to do it now, but punch out little sections in the northeast, southwest, southeast, northwest directions so that I could put like a red stained glass observational window. Maybe do a whole ring around, but that might look unusual on the outside, so maybe I'll hold that for later. Okay, how am I going to get up here? I actually think the best way to get out there would probably be to dig out a hole and then climb out on top. Do I have the appropriate tool for this? I do. Alright. Oh boy. This way. Feels safer. I was wrong! Okay. Let me get up there and we'll get this mushroom cap going. Oh my gosh, that was close. And welcome back, friends. As you can see, I'm inside the mushroom cap again because I have started to get to the point where it would overlap the section that needs to remain cut out if you will. You know, segmented out so that the ice farm below will continue to work. And yes, as you can see, I do continue to harvest it. I guess we'll have a big reveal here in a little bit to see exactly how much ice I had been gathering. It's almost a double chest, I think. Yeah, we're almost there. All right, so what I'm doing here is just finishing up this interior section first, so that when the mushroom cap starts to close in over the top, I'll know where to stop, because I started having sections that were in those corners right there that were starting to overlap. So I wanted to go ahead and knock this out, and all I'm doing is, well, first things I did is I went down, pardon me, and grabbed some extra brown mushroom, because from my perspective, it would seem to me that if this segment was cut in this way, that more of the mushroom cap would be in the corners than it would in the sides. And if you look, that's exactly what's going on, because the corners would be out farther than the sides. You know, that's just trigonal math. All right, so I went and kind of built up little sections. I went row by row and kind of went back up and down until I got where I wanted it to be. And now we're at where we're at. As you can see, creepers, amongst other things, are spawning on top of this lightless light source area here. I thought that torch there and this torch there would be sufficient to light that, but apparently not. Well, you know, it's just something to work on, I suppose. And, you know, it is what it is. Also, I took the time-lapse around the mushroom to kind of get a look at how the underside of the mushroom looks now with the lighting that I've put in place, and whether or not that lighting was appropriate, and if I missed any leafy sections to cover it up, which I had. So I'll be going back and cleaning that up as part of the, you know, the final aspect of the build. We can say that it'll be done when the mushroom is finished for the mushroom part, but then I'm going to want to go back and, you know, put some highlights around the edges, including more little mushrooms like these, or not like these, but like, oh, I'm going to have to do one more run. Okay. We're going to have to do, oh, come on. We're going to have to put down red cap mushrooms and brown cap mushrooms, just regular ones, you know, and bone meal them up around the edges and add that as a distinctive flair to this build. And then that decking is looking more and more like something that should happen rather than something that might happen. Bye-bye, spider. It was nice knowing you. Did you make it? No, you did not. All right. Well, I hope your string doesn't prevent my ice from melting down there. I'm sure it won't. What was I saying? Yes, I'm going to probably for sure put in that decking material now. So the next steps are going to be wrap up this cap, which we are almost there. And I think maybe put in some fencing also up here, right? So that mobs that spawn on top of the mushroom, because I'm thinking I'm going to leave the top of the mushroom cap the way it is, right? So that you can see it, except for maybe a birch fence. Oh, I had one right here. Maybe a birch fence. So that, because that's kind of white-ish, is white enough, I would think. Cream color, maybe, perhaps, to fit in with the mushroom, right? All right, so let me do this. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. As you can see, I've been kind of talking while just planting down these guys. Boy, that's awfully boring, I'm sure. But I need to do the last, like, section around the edge here. And then we'll kind of have this next part that we'll know that we need to kind of rise up here. This is going to have to be risen up like that, right, to give this the shape it needs. But first, let me go ahead and finish up this section all the way around, and then I'll put down that stuff and we'll see how it looks. Welcome back, my friends. I completed all those projects, and I think if I hurry I'll be able to show them to you before the sun goes down. This is now all the way up to the top, looking pretty cool. The ice I've been gathering while we're here. Still working on that. I haven't been grabbing too many snowballs, but snowballs have been grabbed from time to time. Up here, I've gone ahead and thrown down torches around the outer ring for the time being. I have half slabs on the inside sections, so there shouldn't be spawns, right? But there may be something that I don't have slabbed properly or lit properly. You know, things will happen. Up here, my temporarily constructed bridge. I guess I could have made that work. My temporary bridge out here to the outside. And up here on top, I've gone ahead and finished up the top of the mushroom. And these parts, as the button mushroom cap comes up, they tend to be flatter on the top, so I made them more flatter. More flatter is the more necessary there. And then came up to this point, and they would have been somewhat larger around here as well. As you can see on back here, that part is a little bit wider than these parts, and that's because this is not centered on the mushroom itself. I made a larger ring than that intentionally, and at the beginning, if you've been watching, I'm sure you remember. And then I also put in these little bits of fence posts just to kind of hold them back from there, and maybe I'll just leave the rest like that, or maybe I'll punch like little itty bitty holes there and put light sources there that kind of, I hope, would illuminate on top. I'm not sure if they would or not. Anyways, my friends, next up is to do the fine detailing around the outside of the mushroom and then get over there to the, where's my little guy? There he is down there. Whoop, down to my little guy, down into the obsidian farm and get that built. And if you'd like to see that, then by all means, please do consider subscribing for more content like that, because this is all the time I have for today. If you've enjoyed what you've seen and found it entertaining, then by all means, please do give me a thumbs up. I sure do appreciate it. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.